It's Victor, and I'm here with Felipe. So I have some questions for you.
I'm ready to answer your questions. Go ahead.
Okay. What motivated you to start surfing?
What motivated me to start surfing is when I was about a 6-7-year-old child like you guys. We used to go to Mexico to go on a vacation, right? And we go with some older guys. This is a long, long time ago, and they had surfboards. So I used to look at them playing on the ocean, and I go, and I love the ocean. I love playing in the ocean. And I was a little kid. We had little foam boards, way before boogie boards. And I go like, I want to play in the ocean. So their boards would come in, and I would stand on these boards. I was 7 or 8 years old, and I'd stand on the shore, and the water would go under the board, and would feel like I was moving. So I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to become a surfer one of these days. So because of my love of the ocean and always playing in it, when I was in high school, I decided it's time to learn how to surf. So I borrowed a surfboard, borrowed a wetsuit, and I went out there and fell again, and kept on falling because it's like hard. And one day I caught this wave, and I came down like this, and I started riding the wave. And I was in a place where I had never been before. And from that moment on, I've been a surfer for 47 years. So it was the joy, the gratitude, the respect. Gratitude, I'm so grateful to surf. The respect of the ocean, the respect of others in the water, but the joy you get from it, it's amazing. And I hope one of these days you guys are out there and you say, Felipe, what's going on? You have a wetsuit and a board, and I'll be really happy. So that's how I got involved with surfing.
So, what are your top 3 favorite spots to surf?
Oh, I've surfed all over the world. I've surfed in Indonesia, I've surfed in Panama, I've surfed in Nicaragua, I've surfed in Mexico, I've surfed in Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii, so I lived on the North Shore. I surfed in Hawaii. Where else have I surfed? I think those are all the places I've gone in the world. But my longest trip was into Bali. It's called in Indonesia. If you look on the world map, it's way on the other side. Where if I went there, it'd be already tomorrow. That's how far away it is. It takes 14 hours. It takes about 18 to 19 hours to get there. And that was one of my most incredible experiences. My favorite local spots here, I've surfed Pismo Pier because that's where I live close to, and that's my spot to surf. My favorite spot that I love to surf is Rincon Point in Santa Barbara. One of my favorites. A place in San Clemente called Trestles. That's my second favorite. And my third favorite was surfing the Bonsai Pipeline in Hawaii, which is a really, really incredible spot. And that was my first picture of me ever, was at the Bonsai Pipeline in 1977. My first picture of me surfing. Very dangerous spot. People have died there, and when it gets big, it gets real crowded. But I was able to get my first picture of me surfing. I would have brought it, but I forgot it. So those are my 3 favorite spots, but I've surfed so many really, really good spots that I could say a bunch of other ones, but probably those are my favorite 3 spots that I've done in 47 years.
This is our last question. Have you ever encountered dolphins or sharks?
I have an incredible dolphin story. I have 2 incredible dolphin stories, and I have a shark story. Okay, so I'll tell the shark story first, because I was paddling out at the Pismo Pier, and the pier goes out like this, and the pier, here's the ocean. The pier on this side is the north side, and on this side is the south side. So what you do when you surf by the pier, you paddle right along the edge, because there's a little current that takes you out there, and that's the best place to paddle out. So it's usually crowded, but I paddle out, and there was nobody out in the water. So I looked, and I'm going, gosh, there's nobody out. So I'm paddling, and all of a sudden, I see along the wave, I see a big fin like this, right? It's about this big, and I'm going, that's not a dolphin. And I keep on looking, and dolphins to go up, and they come down. So when you see a fin, you're always waiting for them to come out of the water, and they blow out of the top of their head. And you go, oh, it's just a dolphin. But this time, it just went like this, and it looked about 10 to 12 foot. And I saw it silhouette. You know what a silhouette is?
Yeah.
Where you can see it, like just a silhouette in the water, and it's going right down the water like this. And I'm looking and I'm paddling. It's going this way away from me, and I go, I think that's a great white. So, yeah, since it was going that way, I went out there, and I went and surfed. And some friends came out, and I go, hey, you guys, pretty sure I saw a big great white right now, but he was going that, or he or she was going that way. So that was the closest I've seen a shark in the water, where I actually seen it. Sharks are in the water all over the place. They're under us all the time, and rarely will they attack us. So I don't worry about sharks. My dolphin experience, 30 years ago, there's a place called Huntington Beach down south. You ever heard of Huntington Beach? It's down in Orange County, and it's a spot that I surfed a lot. We were all out in the water, and I was sitting out there waiting for a wave, and it was a lot of waves, a lot of surfers, and all of a sudden I see this wave, and I'm the farthest out, and everybody's inside, so I'm going to catch the wave. So I start to paddle for the wave like this. And when you're going down a wave, you come down like this. All of a sudden, from here to you, Victor, a dolphin shoots out right in front of me. I can almost touch it. He or she's looking at me as I'm going down the face of the wave. So I'm coming down like this. There's people on the pier. People are going, woo! Everybody's screaming. And I come off the bottom, and I make this big bottom turn, and he or she shoots out and goes right in front of me, and I'm just riding. I'm right next to the dolphin riding, and the dolphin looks at me this is not a made-up story. This is something I'll never forget. Looks at me and kind of, you know how dolphins look like they're smiling? Turns around and shoots out the way like that and lets me finish the wave. So everybody goes, oh my gosh, you just caught a wave with a dolphin. So one time, 10 years or 15 years later, I'm at Rincon, one of my favorite spots, and I'm coming down the wave like this, and it's a big wave, and I'm going down it like this, and all of a sudden 4 dolphins shoot out in front of me, and they're all riding, because they love surfing. I think we're all dolphins one time in our existence. They're all going in front of me, and I'm just going down and watching all these dolphins having fun in front of me. So dolphins are cool, sharks are cool, except I don't want to get a, and the sharks will, usually if a shark attacks you, it's not because they think you're a seal or something. They don't attack us because they want to eat humans. So that's my dolphin experience.
That's really cool.
I really enjoyed it. I'd never forget it. It happened almost 35, 40 years ago, and I still remember it like it happened yesterday. Any question about anything? Go ahead.
Where do you attach your feet?
Okay. See this right here? This is called a leash. Now the reason we had, when I first started, they didn't have these. So if you lost your board, you had to swim all the way in, and you wasted so much energy getting in. But all the old timers, the guys who started surfing in California, didn't use a leash. So this is the leash. It keeps the board close to you. You still got to hold down to the board, because if you let go of your board, you might hit another surfer in the water. So nobody wants anybody to let go of the boards, because these stretch. You put them around your ankle like this, and they stick like that. You keep them out like that. That keeps the board, so if you do fall off, I fell off today. I fell off a couple times. People fall off, and your board stretches, and then it comes back to you. You grab it, and then you paddle back out. So this is a cover we keep on to keep it from getting. This is made out of fiberglass, so if it falls, in fact I have some right now that on my tail I have to fix them. It breaks like glass, okay? Because it's all underneath this foam. This right here down the middle is a piece of wood. It's called a stringer. It goes all the way down, and it keeps the board from breaking. If it wasn't for that, it'd break real easy. You turn it around like this. These cracks like this happen from the waves, right? See these little cracks? They're not really. It's really not going. The water's not going to get in. This is how you turn it. These are called fins. I have 4 fins, and this keeps the board from popping out of the water. And that's how you put your foot back here on the front side, and that keeps so you can move the board like a skateboard. You guys know what a skateboard is?
Yeah.
Okay, so I always try to keep this covered, so because it's a pretty board, right? It's a nice color, and if you lay it out in the sun, it gets faded. And now we all have to wear a wetsuit. These are one of the better wetsuits. They're called O'Neill's. This is from Northern California, and you need to wear this so you can stay in the water. Like today, I stayed 2 hours with a wetsuit on. If I didn't have a wetsuit, I would have been out for about 35-40 minutes because I would have been so cold. When it gets real cold, this goes under your wetsuit. It's called a rash guard. Okay, so this goes underneath you because you'll get a rash from just putting your wetsuit on. You wear these like this and it helps you stay a little bit warmer. When it gets real cold, we put these on. These are called booties, right? These keep your feet warm because your feet and your hands get really cold. When the water gets down to 50 degrees, it's really cool. And when it gets really, really cold and the air's cold, you'll see all the surfers with these on. Today there was one of my friends came up and he had booties on and he had one of these on, and the water's not that cold, but some people are colder than other people. I have that, hand me that stuff, throw it over to me. All right, and that the other one, not my glasses. My glasses are just cool. Okay, this is wax. If you don't have wax, if you don't have this wax on here, you slip. Because it'll be as slippery. The bottom part is slippery. The top part is the same way. So what you do is you want to get your wax on here. You want to get it just rubs on there. But if sometimes you don't have wax, you have it's called a wax. They call this a comb, a surfboard comb. You scratch it. See, like this. And that makes it more sticky because my foot comes up here, my foot goes back there, my foot's all around here. And today I slipped, I slipped on a wave. And it hit a spot where it was slippery and I slipped right off the board. So you don't want to slip off the board. So you can't have a board without wax on it. I don't wear glasses in the water. Sometimes I wear hats when it's real hot. When I was in Indonesia, I wore a t-shirt out there all the time because it's so hot in those countries. And I'm pretty dark skinned, right? But everybody can get a sunburn, no matter how dark you are. I put sunscreen on every day. I put sunscreen on because the sun is going to burn you, no matter how dark you are. And people go like, "You don't burn, you just get darker." And I go, "Yeah, I get darker, but I do burn." So I wear a t-shirt because when you're laying on the board and that sun is going down your back burns. Any other questions?
Does your family surf?
My kids all love soccer and they all became really good soccer players and they love the ocean, but none of them became surfers like me because for whatever reason, and I encouraged them to do it. My son did it when he stayed in Hawaii. They didn't like the cold water, so they don't surf. My daughter loves to skimboard. My oldest daughter loves to, a skimboard is you ride on the sand, and she loves all my kids love the ocean, but they don't like cold water. And here, you have to be able to handle cold water. So, any other questions? If there's no more questions, I have no more answers. I think I told you guys everything. I'm not quite sure. So, surfing, the best thing about surfing is for everybody. Doesn't matter where you come from, where your family's from. Doesn't matter if you're poor, if you're rich. Surfers are all over the world. I met surfers from all over the world, and everybody loves the sport. And it's for everybody. No, don't anybody ever tell you that you're not supposed to be in the water, because being in the ocean is for everybody. God gave us this beautiful ocean to play on. So, go ahead. Which one?
On these cracks, is there something to put on them, or?
Oh, you get a crack? Yes. It's called. You can fix them. See, if you look back down there, I got a couple of cracks, right? There's stuff you can buy at the surfboard shops. You guys been to surfboard shops in Pismo? Yeah. Walk into surfboard shops when you go to Ponchos or go to Steam, and go say hello to the owners there. Robbie is at a Steam, and I forgot the guy who runs Ponchos. But you go in there and you can see boards, you can see wetsuits. You just walk, and they let you all walk in there and ask questions. You can go into a surf shop and ask questions. First thing you should do is get a boogie board and play on the ocean on a boogie board. Try that first. Have fun in the ocean on a boogie board.
How much did yours?
How much this cost me?
Yeah.
I bought it off of a friend. He paid $700 for it new. Okay, and I gave him $400 for him because it didn't work for him. He tried it. He's a big guy, about this big, and it was too small for him. So he said, hey, do you want to try it, Felipe? And I said, yeah, I'll give it a try. So I took it out, and now we've been together since. It's a very fun board.
My name is Victor and this is Felipe, and let's go back to our studio.